Okay, this may sound weird, and I might change to Phil Vischer's voice, but just bear with me here.
I believe Doritos, the snack chips, are responsible for Donald Trump, the presidential candidate. How's that, you say? Okay, follow this. Once upon a time, we had Doritos. They came in very simple, normal flavors like nacho cheese and ranch. And we all said, well, that's just fine, thank you. But then there were so many snack chips competing for space, and the Doritos people wanted to stay on top and stay out in front of whatever snack chip trends might be coming just around the river bend. So someone at Doritos headquarters said, what if we came up with flavors that were more, you know? And everyone else said, more what? And this guy, we'll call him Jack, Jack said, more, what's the word? And they said, come on, Jack, spit it out. And Jack searched around his vocabulary and said, you know, flavors that were more extreme. And they said, more extremely what? Extremely good? Extremely tasty? And Jack said, no, not extremely tasty, just, you know, more extreme. And so we got extreme Doritos in flavors like extreme nacho cheese and hot wings / blue cheese and habanero / guacamole. And pretty soon, if you were eating regular old Doritos, people would look at you like you were a wimp, and you'd think, I don't want to be a wimp, I'd better get me some extreme Doritos. And then it spread to candy like Sour Patch Kids, which became extreme mega super Sour Patch Kids, stopping just short of medically damaging your mouth. And we said, yeah, now we feel alive. And then we looked at our sports, our golf, our baseball, our gymnastics, and said, I get more of a buzz from eating a habanero / guacamole Dorito than from watching this gymnastics tournament. Sure, you can do a double backflip, but as far as I can tell, so can every 9-year-old Russian girl. Let's see you do a double backflip on skis. Let's see you do a double backflip on a motorcycle. Let's see you do a double backflip on a, wait for it, snowmobile. And extreme sports were born, and ESPN launched the X Games, where the X stands for extreme, even though extreme starts with an E. And we said, yeah, now we feel alive. But some of us wanted to participate in extreme sports, even though we had no actual talent. So we invented, I'm not making this up, Ultimate Taser Ball, a new extreme sport for the bold but talentless, where 2 teams kick around a giant soccer ball while trying to tase each other. Suffice it to say, you get tased, you're out. Literally and figuratively. And then we started extreming everything. Our clothes, our tennis shoes, our menus, our meal portions, our TV shows, extreme weight loss, and extreme home makeover. And pretty soon, a storyline didn't even register in our brains if it wasn't taken to extremes, just as snack food flavors no longer registered in our mouths unless they were taken to extremes. And then we looked at our politics and we thought, this is a little dull. Michael Dukakis? Dull. Mitt Romney? Dull. Mitch McConnell? Dull. We accidentally watched C-SPAN one day for a couple of minutes and learned that governing a country is so dull it almost made the Golf Channel tolerable. But not quite. And so we thought, oh, if only our political candidates were more, you know, extreme, like the rest of our lives. And so we tried a pizza magnate, and then a strange reality show, and we thought, not bad, but couldn't there be something even more extreme? And then a noise arose out of the east, somewhere around 5th Avenue in New York City, and a great puffed circus peanut of a man descended from penthouse heaven on a golden escalator to give us exactly what we'd been asking for. And we said, yes, now we feel alive. Never mind that his policy positions didn't actually make any sense. Never mind that he insulted whole classes of people, condoned a little torture and maybe a war crime or two, and maybe just a little bit encouraged violence against protesters who stood in his way. Never mind that. We felt alive. And it all started when someone realized our snack chips seemed a little dull. As followers of Jesus, we don't need our snack chips or our sports to make us feel alive. And we certainly don't need our political leaders to make us feel alive. We are alive in Christ. We have a kind of life the world can only dream of. And as followers of Jesus, we live our lives without fear. Fear of boredom? Who could be bored on adventure with God? Fear of rejection? Who could feel rejection when you're bathed in the love of God? Fear of scarcity, of not having enough economically, of outsiders taking our jobs, our success? Who can fear scarcity when God is our all? If you are a follower of Jesus and someone tells you you won't be happy until you buy their chips or watch their show or play their sport, If someone tells you you won't be winning until you build this wall or shut out this world religion, tell them you aren't buying what they are selling. Love does not fear. In God, there is no scarcity. So eat regular old chips, play your old sports, and beware politicians who court extremes, who trade in fear, who paint others as boogeymen out to get us. To quote a famous tomato, God is bigger than the boogeyman. Don't live in fear. Don't vote in fear. Let divine love guide your way. Let divine abundance fill your hearts. Live fearlessly. Love Christianly.